Hello, you glorious bastards. My name is Four Extraordinaire, and welcome to our second episode of the Humankind Closed Beta. In the Humankind Closed Beta, just for those of you who don't know, this is the last closed beta opportunity, last open dev opportunity that we're going to be getting. So, I'm going to be extra careful with this one. I'm going to try to plot as much as I can to both bring demise to our enemies and just kind of scheme around them. So we'll just have to see how this goes. But last episode, we met this foreign nation here. I don't know who they belong to necessarily. We have not met their leader, though we are probably going to meet them fairly soon once we can. We also have some research and diplomacy to get to, though. So let's just get on this river. And we have some amazing spots as the Zhou. Last episode, we went ahead and just grabbed tons and tons of fellow tribesmen, and we even saved one group from disease. So there's some kind of other incident or anomaly. So we have just tons of these scouts across the map, which is really great for territorial presence, and it looks like we have some amazing starting terrain as well. So I think the goal with this episode is just going to be to kind of exploit with the nearby yields with the Confucian school. We have some great mountainous terrain around here, and I think I want to move you out here since this outpost is just setting up. So that is not final. We can always change that around, but I think this should be good for now. So with that in mind, you're out of movement points. And man, I just love the map for this game. It is just so beautiful and breathtaking. Oh man, that's probably my favorite thing about this game. Though it does have some really nice mechanics, the map is just so clean. It is so crisp, and it's just amazing being able to interact with all of the different features and mechanics. So we have some amazing mountain tiles here. Okay, this would be a really good tile. We might want to claim that territory ASAP, though I do want to claim some territories down here. I think we have some nice mountains, so we should probably place down an outpost. We got a ton of influence as the Zhou. Our outpost is just being built right there. And let me move you over here to the river. But yeah, we have a ton of river tiles. The Olmecs would also be good, but I mean, just having played, there we go. Just having played them in the Lucy Open Dev, I felt that it would kind of be a bit repetitive, so I wanted to try something new, just go with the Zhou and see where we can go on from here. Alright, okay. And I forgot to mention this last episode, but we actually had, can I choose my research or did I already do that? Let's go ahead and get calendar. There we go. And I think that's because of the science we got. Let's also get, let's see here, domestication. Okay, we already have a lot of scouts. I think a lumberyard would be useful. So there we go with our science there. It says infinity there. I don't know if it's still doing the calculation. That's why it's taking so long. But that's probably because we don't have a city actually built yet. Okay, though we did get a free tech due to all of the science we accumulated. And we have a ton of luxuries in our nearby capital here. We also have silk, which is fairly thematic for the Chinese here. Or they're not, well, basically the proto-Chinese here with the Zhou. So, but yeah. That is some really nice mountains there. Man, the terrain here is just, they're blowing it out of the park right now. Okay, let me move you over here to the river. And this is going to be an amazing spot for an outpost too. So that's going to be 60 influence. We are only at 35. So once we get our city down, we're going to be getting a bit more. Let's also explore along this river. And I don't think we can climb up there. No, we can't. So, okay, I did not mean to send you back there. But yeah, okay, I'm going to send you over here. Continue exploring. We have a ton of mountains to work with. If the Inca were in the game, unfortunately they're not as a culture. They'd probably benefit a ton, as the Inca were known for their terrace farms, and I believe just their overall adaptability in very arid terrain. I mean, if you just look at the Andes, basically the backbone of South America, it just has such high altitude and such a hostile climate. It's really amazing. Tribes like the Inca and even the Mapuche managed to just progress along there. So I don't think these are the Harapans, but some kind of aggressive tribe. I recognize that symbol or the icon there. Okay, and I think I can build up on top of here. It looks like some kind of marsh. This definitely has a unique feature there. Okay, and we embarked on that river. There's a mammoth there. I don't think we're going to get anything from killing him, so we'll just leave Sid alone there. Ice Age mammoth. Embark here. And this is looking a bit different. Okay, this is dry grass, so looking like a bit flatter in terms of terrain types. But it looks like we have a fairly big homestead to work with. So I'm thinking we could possibly close this off here and just have a ton of stuff to work with. But my main concern right now is just kind of creating a border between us and the barbarians to the west. Okay, explore here, explore here. And man, I am glad I chose the Zhou. I think I said that before last episode, but we do have a ton of mountains to work with. So that is going to be good. Yeah, that is really, really good. Okay, so I think first of all, I want to get the mountains here and then maybe one here. And then see how we go from there. I might even merge my capital. Okay, and then where do we want to send you? We kind of already explored this area of the map. So I think I already have enough scouts out. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice this guy to the nearby outpost over here. Though I don't know if we've sacrificed anyone at Alcor. Let's go ahead and send this guy to the capital, actually. Alright, and while you're here, let's go ahead and upgrade you to a city. There we go. So our first city of Haojing, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. We have it right here. And we want to get something like the Confucian school ASAP. They even have some unique artwork here for the unique improvement. And we can only build one of them, so I think we have to be sparing with these. So let's go ahead and get this out here. We only have so much time, keep in mind, to kind of move around with the industrial, the ancient era, not the industrial era. So we do have to be a bit careful here. And, okay, that's going to be +5. I just want to get this over to the mountain, so I think we can only build one. There were definitely some improvements in terms of limiting your district placement, so you have to be a bit more careful here. But basically, I need to build a district here, and then I can work the nearby tiles. See, the capital exerts 6 nearby tiles that it can control with these different like little farming. It's represented by the controlled tiles here with little farming improvements. So this is an artisan's quarter where we can build over here and improve that for some gold. And then we can also, I don't know if a farming quarter down here. No, that's not a good idea. Let's just get a maker's quarter down here. And we'll prioritize the maker's quarter. And then once that is built in 7 turns, that is going to be a bit, I think we even need, we need a pop in Haojing ASAP. So let's send you down here. But once that is built in Haojing, we're going to be golden. Okay. But yeah, we are struggling just a little bit. We can still, get some production up and running in the capital of Haojing, but it's just going to be a little bit since we don't have any pops to start off within the capital. Okay, and we have 3 per turn, though, for the influence, so it's nice to see that we're at least getting some kind of income. End turn. And it would be really nice if the game was a bit more aggressive about reminding you when you can end your turns. Okay, you're not progressing there. There's tons of mammoths, though. Wow. Definitely a change, and it looks like there's another AI too to the east here. So we have yet to discover them. Let me go ahead and grab this anomaly over here. But yeah, loving the art design here. In general, a lot of the French games I've played, and Amplitude is developed by a French studio. Not Amplitude, Humankind is. But I've just seen, in general, the French seem to have a knack for UI design and just general aesthetic applications for different terrain. This blows Civ 6 out of the park completely. And I'm not just saying that because I've taken like 5 years of French. I really do love this. Okay, we have some more mountains too. Wow. This is an amazing start for the Zhou. Let's ransack this for some gold. We always need gold early on. Looks like we have some kind of salt. Salt there's the salt here. Salt. Okay, so I'm thinking we go ahead and claim this territory over here. Though it wouldn't be a bad idea to stake something down over here as well, because we do want Vinikunka, which is not a bad idea. We could even merge these 2 territories here. So let me just think about that. This one is weird too, because it's like a meeting between 3 different territories over here. So I do have to be a bit careful. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe we put something down here. Though I want to be able to access that as soon as possible. I do have to be a bit strategic here. Okay. Because if I put a settlement down here, it's going to be a lot harder to reach this over here. So I'm thinking just in the end, maybe we just have to combine these settlements over here, and I could build a city over here, merge this territory, and then maybe merge that territory later. Okay, I don't think that's a bad idea. All right, we'll have to see where that comes into fruition, but let's keep exploring over here. We're going to definitely meet someone, but man, there are just so many rivers over here. Looks like we have some gold too. Okay, that's going to be a bit far, unfortunately. Okay, you still haven't. You still need to move. Wait for you. I'll send you over here. Okay. Embark there. And we have some more mountains. Man, talk about a mountainous start. Okay, you're still moving there. There's a sanctuary. I could probably get that later. I'm just focused on getting this population into the city, and then we can start working. Okay, someone shows the Mycenaeans. Yeah, once we get a population over there, we can start working immediately. Okay, looks like this outpost grew. And since you're just kind of sitting around here not doing anything, I do want to exploit something. So I think I'm fine with the current positioning of this outpost over here. So let's move. Where's the exploit? Okay, here's a, what is this? Spices? Oh, sage. So we built that immediately. And we're going to get some gold there. And hopefully we didn't spend any influence on that. It used to cost gold or just raw production, but I think we might have spent some influence to build that down. So that is a bit concerning. Okay, let me send you to the west. I just want to see where exactly the AI empire is. And then after that, we can kind of stake our claims and just hold our territory down. Let's move you on to here. Rivers are always such a pain early on. Okay, who is this guy? I think those are the not the Carthaginians. Maybe the Phoenicians. Again, I recognize that icon too from the previous demo. Okay, so their territory is down there. I don't know if we can meet them yet. Oh, we have met them. Okay, so diplomacy is conducted over here. They just met us, and these are the Mycenaeans, so they are going to be a bit warlike. Okay, relations, I already know this. I'll introduce myself just to be friendly since they are a bit aggressive. They'll meet us anyway. They're traitorous, impulsive, and hateful. Those are not good traits at all. So, yeah, maybe we can at least try to be friendly with them. Propose that. And they refused it. Okay, so they are going to be a bit aggressive early on. Okay, well, that is very unfortunate, but we'll just have to see, I guess, how we progress from here. So, let's move over to this little, what is it called, an inundation? Some kind of animal bone. Okay, a curiosity, I guess. Some horses over here. Okay, let's skip this. Curiosity. Okay, they're called curiosities. I'm going to send you over here. Okay, you're still working down there. You need to move over here. Next turn. And you actually have a turn left. So, let's move you over here. Okay, there's some, what is this, gold incense? Okay. So, we just want to define our borders early on, see how the AI interacts with us. Okay, housing has grown to 1 pop. They're going to be a bit more efficient now. Okay, so Haojing is 4 turns away from building that. They've also... Okay, these guys have refused my luxury offer last turn, but now they want to trade luxuries, so... Okay. And we also have kinship. So this is the ideological proximity. One of the big features I love about Humankind is that you actually have similar cultures to your nearby AI players, so they're going to be more friendly towards you, which is really, really nice. And they're also... due to our state affinity, we are going to max out our cultural proximity. So kind of a hidden buff there, but really, really nice. So it looks like they're trying to be somewhat friendly, which is reassuring. But these guys are kind of near my capital, and it's a bit worrying. So these guys are still a tribe, actually, which is why it makes sense I haven't met them yet. So they're still developing, and they are still going to, I guess, set down some kind of outpost. But they are to the south, so we'll just have to see how that works out with them. And kind of makes me not reluctant or hesitant, but I'm eager to kind of claim that territory to the south. Because since they haven't built an outpost yet, they're still looking to found one. And that kind of worries me that they'll build one right next door to me. Okay, looks like these guys have kind of amassed some troops over there. Okay, let me see over here what's going on. Okay, there's some copper over there. That's going to be useful for some weapons. And there is even more mountains. Wow. Okay, so this is going to be 4 turns. Okay, work on that growth. It's going to be still a while, 6 turns until another pop. But yeah, pops here are just so important. Okay, no, do not declare war. So yeah, if we intrude on their territory anymore, even though borders are still kind of a new concept to our civilization, if we do trespass on the Mycenaeans' territory, they will be a bit aggressive. So let's just exit out of here. And I guess I'll send this guy back to the capital to kind of sacrifice him. There we go. To the yield gods. Okay. I still haven't seen any jungle yet. So I didn't see that in the Lucy Open Dev. I think I might have seen it once, but I haven't seen any jungle yet. So I'm still kind of looking out for that. That is woodland. So maybe that's going to be to the south. Still fairly warm where we are. But we do have a civic, and this is going to be very important. It's our first civic. I think we always get this one. But once we get 30 influence, we are going to be able to choose +5 influence on main plazas or +5 faith on holy site. I think I'll go for the influence for the early border growth. and the ability to build outposts fairly cheaply. So that's going to steer our civilization in one direction or the other. So progress has its own benefits as well as tradition, and all of these kind of determine your civilization. So basically all of these civilizations start out like as a net zero on the kind of civics access, and then gradually as you adopt new civics you kind of progress. And also, which is what is interesting, is that your allies have their own opinions kind of determined by your civic choices. So that is really, really intuitive and just kind of fun to mess around with. Okay, so it looks like these guys became the Nubians. Okay, so these guys are fairly friendly. They're going to want to trade a lot with us, so we're just going to have to see how they work. And I don't think they've... Okay, their capital is down there, so we do want to be a bit aggressive in claiming some early territory for ourselves. Okay, we can't build an outpost just yet, I don't think. It's going to be like 30. Okay, it's actually going to be 20. So that's not going to be too bad. I'm going to keep exploring down here to the south and just making sure, yeah, they're not too aggressive with early claims. So it looks like they've already built a few outposts down here. Okay, so that guy's going back here. I guess I can set this guy over here to auto-explore. I'll set these guys to auto-explore. There you go. There you go. And they're just going to be exploring east. I'm going to send these two guys back to the capital to kind of sacrifice for some efficiency here. And that's going to enable us to build a ton of different stuff fairly quickly. So that is going to be done in, what is it, 3 turns? Okay. And you are moving there. Okay, and I think now, since we're in range of the territory, we can actually sacrifice this guy. So once we disband him, it'll grant 1 population to Haojing. There we go. 2. Magnificent. Okay, and that is going to be great. All right, and that already sped our production up here. So 1 turn until the industrial zone is built. And it's not the most efficient, I said industrial zone, the Maker's Quarter. It's not as efficient as some of the other options I had, but it's still going to at least be somewhat worth it. And we are gaining influence fairly quickly here. So let's keep expanding. Over here, I want to make sure they're not being too aggressive. Okay, so I think not a bad idea to maybe we'll build our first city here, and then you'll just, yeah, slowly attach these territories over here. So let's move you over here. And he's already proposing trading luxuries. I don't know why I couldn't do that earlier, but he is supporting friendly relations, so I'm perfectly fine with that. We also have Blades of the Empire as your horizons widen, your armies grow in lockstep. And we have an option to build our army composition. So, founding myths, army composition. Okay, there we go. So let's just go with that. And you're moving over there. So I've noticed one new thing about this game over here. Okay, we have some option to do a cultural blitz, and that kind of converts nearby territories into our sphere of influence, which is a whole other topic, but I think we should probably get onto that later. But as the Zhou, it's going to be really easy for us to get some civic points. And something interesting that they kind of added, okay, we just built our industrial quarter there, but something interesting that the devs added is that instead of giving different civic points, you now get influence, which you can spend on civic points. So you're using your influence much more, and it's still going to be kind of an interesting commodity later on, since I think in the last Victor Open Dev, influence kind of became irrelevant towards the Middle Ages, which was disappointing. So I think now, with scale and cost, influence is going to be a lot more important to the empires. So let's move this over here, and then we should be able to kind of, yeah, mess around with our outpost. So I'm going to move my outpost actually here. I'm not going to move you any bets. I'm going to set my outpost down immediately, since I don't want the tribe building anything there, and then I'll just relocate the outpost over there. Since I'm just kind of schizophrenic at the moment, I just want to be a bit paranoid. Just with how things are working. So let's move you over here, over to the capital. There we go. And then now you can also move to the capital. There we go. Okay, so now that we have that available, we want to immediately build our Confucian school. And this is going to get a ton of science due to some of the adjacent mountains. So yeah, plus 15. Look at that. Plus 15 science immediately due to adjacent synergies on the districts. So that is going to be really helpful. Though it's going to take 6 turns. That's going to be a bit, but still, that is really going to help with just building stuff out early on with the science and researching text and everything. Culture chosen. So someone's chosen the Olmecs. They're fairly powerful. Okay, we have a new tech option, empire bonuses. Let's go ahead and get domestication. Reveal those horses. We want to work them as soon as possible for some scout riders, since we do have some scouts out. I'm going to go ahead and build this outpost over here. Claim this piece of territory of Koshan. And I also want to claim the territory down here, and we'll kind of mess around with that. Though I want to see if we can ally with these guys over here, because I am a bit nervous around the AI. Can you propose an alliance? I don't think you'll accept. Probably not. Yeah.
Neither interesting nor desirable.
They've refused, yeah. So I think we just have to be a bit more buddy-buddy, but I am nervous about these troops on their border. So we'll just have to see how that turns out. Though we are fairly advanced compared to some of our neighbors, so... yeah, I'm not too sure how this is going to work out. Let's move over here. And turn. And... curiosity collected. Let's also move over here and try to build another outpost. If we can. Okay, we're going to need 80 influence. That is quite a hike over in the influence. Though we're getting 12 per turn, so we'll just have to see how that goes. Okay, send you over there. More pops to our glorious engine over here. Okay, so 4 turns. We also want to get some farms up, though. So that +4 is going to be pretty good. I like the start. We have a nice balance between rocky fields and grassland, so we're going to be able to grow and both... we're going to have both food and excess production, which is really, really nice to synergize with our culture production. I'm just going to refer to this as culture since that's what basically it is. Easiest to kind of compare that to Civ 6. But we also have granaries. Okay, this, and this. So let's end our turn. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. And... okay, then we have our outpost there. And I'm worried he's going to build an outpost down here, so I want to get something down here ASAP. And that's going to be built in like 14 turns. That is going to take a while. Okay there, buddy. Let's move you over here, see if we can find any curiosities. And it looks like there's a little skirmish out here. So who are we skirmishing with? Looks like it's an independent faction. Interesting. So this is an independent faction. Looks like they are still building their initial capital here, but the independent factions basically work similar to city-states, and you can also, interestingly enough, influence them and share similar cultural values, kind of like with civilization. So let's just retreat for now. We don't want to get on their bad sides, but I'm fine with them claiming some of the northern territories over here. It's kind of useless to me at the moment, since I believe tender tiles aren't as useful as some of the default tiles, kind of like in Civ 6. So... yeah, but if you guys couldn't tell already, I am going to be making a lot of comparisons to Civ 6, so just prepare for that. But let's sacrifice you to the capital. Okay, we have one working on gold. I think I want to work this guy on food, actually, because that guy was actually starving, so that was bad. How efficient are we if I move you to production here? Okay, not too efficient, actually. So let's move you to food. And then after I think I get this down, I want to get something out for food here. So the +4 is going to be nice. Going to grant us some more farmer jobs. And yeah, I think our stability is still okay, 97%. Though if worst comes to worst, we can always research public fountains and kind of plop that down. Okay, so he has built, or he's building some kind of trading post here, which is unfortunate. So let's just retreat. So that is unfortunate. Right? Yeah, that is, he's built that. I'm gonna have to take that over, buddy. That's not acceptable. So we'll just have to see how that goes, but that is very, very unfortunate. Okay, they've also claimed some territory down here, so I'm gonna have to be a bit aggressive early on with the AI, and see how we kind of handle this from here. So that's gonna be 12 turns. That's gonna take a while. Dear God. Okay, so where's my guy over here? All right, so we want to move you back here to our home territory. No, thank you. And we want to move you over here. Keep exploring. Auto-explore. There we go. And let's go ahead and research city defense, since we do have some aggressive AI. And you're going to go back to the capital. Though, you know what? I think I'll change this. I want to build, as soon as possible, some outposts down here, so that the AI can't claim anything. Okay, someone has chosen the Assyrians. Interesting. And let me just go ahead and place down an outpost over here, so I can kind of claim things. All right, there we go. And I can always move this later on, so that'll be fine. The outpost of Nosh. So that should be good. And I think in a few minutes, I'll just end it here. I don't want to drag on for too long, but it looks like we have an independent faction here. Actually, it's a deer. I take that back. But it looks like we have a battle. Let me retreat. Okay, we can't retreat, so we're just going to instantly resolve that. He's kind of pissing me off. I can't even retreat here. So he's just hunting me down, which is very, very unfortunate. And again, I can't choose where I manually retreat to. So I'm definitely going to be nabbing this outpost from him. And it's a shame we're not the Assyrians, because we could actually just automatically nab that from him. But it is what it is, I guess. So let's just build that. Okay, this is going to be one turn, and then we're going to be getting an absolute ton of influence. So yeah, we're already getting 14 per turn. We can build another outpost soon. And I want to prevent him from wandering in my territory. That is very, very annoying. Okay, I want to actually get rid of this outpost. So we might go ahead and declare war on him. But I think that'll be it for today's episode. We got our Confucian school down. We're building our farms. We're building our artisans' court. Let me just prioritize my farms here. And we're just going and getting on ahead with life. So that should be it for today's episode. Building a few outposts, getting a few first cities down, and getting our Confucian schools out. And next episode, we should be possibly going to war with our neighbors to the south, as well as seeing what the situation is over in the east with the Mycenaeans. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been 4 Extraordinary. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and some of my explanations. And if you did, please let me know in the comments. If you didn't, let me know as well. But again, thank you guys for watching so much, and I love you guys. See you later. All right, peace.